I don't know if you've seen the movie Life of Brian, but in it there's this famous scene where an actor asks, well, what have the Romans ever done for us? Working for council, I often get asked this question, what has council ever done for us? Well, look at this. The community garden, funded largely by the council, is fantastic. It used to be just an empty piece of grassland running down a hill to nowhere, very underused park. Now we've got a really energetic, dynamic group of volunteers who have turned this wasteland, this turf wasteland, into something that's productive and exciting. I know a lot of you are thinking, well, let's start a community garden. This looks easy. Walk in the park. Well, before you sort of unleash yourself, and I think it's a great idea, let's look at some of the problems this group has faced. You might have noticed some of the structures around here. What do you think likes carrots and eats a real lot? Well, it's rabbits. There's a lot of competition for the food that's grown in the community garden, not only amongst the avid gardeners, but also wildlife. We've got rabbits running out of our ears, and in fact, if we didn't protect the crops with these sort of structures, and we have here some irrigation pipe and some netting, if we didn't protect it from sort of birds, rabbits, flying foxes, the whole gamut of wildlife, there'd be nothing to eat. I think when people think about a community garden, they're thinking, oh, well, we're just throwing a few cabbages, a few tomatoes. The community group behind this project is absolutely amazing. They've built stone walls, but not just any old stone walls that the Incas would be proud of. They've been very clever in how to build these stone walls. I mean, I imagine you're a community group, you've got very little money, how do you get stone walls built? Well, they run courses in stone wall building. You can see how well the community garden blends in with the existing, more developed part of Lookout Park. It's a very interesting sort of duality. You have the productive, functional community garden, and you have the more aesthetic, relaxing park. The group behind this community garden, they're not just interested in growing a few vegetables, they're interested in trying to change the whole way Ku-ring-gai thinks about gardening and agriculture. Now, you see here, we have a whole lot of composting going on. They're going to be running workshops to try and encourage as many people as possible to do composting. They also don't believe in using pesticides, so it's a completely organic garden. The irony here is, just behind us is the Pacific Highway, one of the busiest roads in Sydney. If you can be organic in Ku-ring-gai next to the Pacific Highway, you can be organic anywhere. I'm standing behind the berm. It's actually a physical structure to stop a lot of the noise from the highway. The volunteers actually organised for this because they know that being in the garden is more than just growing, it's also about a peace of mind, a state of mind. And you can't achieve that state of mind with constant highway noise. It's amazing how much quieter it gets as you go down the hill. Bendigo Bank has been fantastic in supporting this venture. They gave $20,000 in their first grant and just recently gave another $3,000 to $4,000. Without this sort of support, the garden would really struggle. We've got our more traditional vegetables growing here. We've got some silver beet, we've got some tomatoes, and you can't see it in this shot, but hopefully we get a close-up later. We've got some marigolds, which of course are companion planting. Now, if you don't know about companion planting, join your local organic gardening group. These blogs, they're hard work in the sun. I think I'm going to take a little break. It's as though they're anticipating this. Imagine this, not only a stone wall, but seats. Let me introduce you to the world's largest herb. This banana, and we have a native citrus just planted nearby. They're all here just at the bottom of the community garden. It's part of a permaculture concept. It's like a more wild food crop area. Not every plant in the community garden is from overseas. Just behind me, we have a wild lime. Cocktails, anyone? Yeah, watercress, they've got watercress. It is an issue in a public area to construct a pond because you have to be very cognizant of children. So we really have to be aware that there could be children coming over here and we don't want any problems. So we do have a wetter area here, but it's very shallow. This is an interesting site. We have North Haven, which is a medical facility for older people. We have a developed park. We have this fantastic community garden. And then behind us, we have one of Australia's rarest plant communities, blue gum high forest. In fact, we had to conduct a study to ensure that the garden doesn't impact negatively on the blue gum high forest at all. This was successfully undertaken, and you'll see that there's a lot of work gone into swales and drainage to ensure that that incredibly important natural area is left untouched. Australia has so much space, I think we take it for granted, but you can see what can happen. You get an area like this park, which was really unused, just turf, and we've turned it into something really productive. What about your front lawn? What about your backyard? Surely there's a possibility for you to go organic and put in enough fruit and vegetables to feed your family for a considerable part of the year. You know what chemicals were used? You know that there were no food miles incorporated into what you produce? It's a really good idea and a great project for the family. Just goes to show how much work a committed group of volunteers can do. The community garden is a massive success, thanks to Ku-ring-gai Council, the community bank, Bendigo Bank, and of course the volunteers. November is a massive month for us as well. We have the Ku-ring-gai Bush Care Association Christmas party. Ian Hutton, he's a guy from Lord Howe Island who organises all the volunteer weeding to occur there to get rid of asparagus fern. Well, he's going to give a talk about how he actually set up this program and how successful it's been. We also have the Ku-ring-gai Wild Things Association party, and we have Ian Wright, an academic, who's going to be talking about the macroinvertebrate studies and the water quality studies of the Pool to Pond program. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Look forward to seeing you soon.